It is Mental Health Awareness Week, and many are looking for ways to address mental health and maybe are just starting out to deal with their own mental health. I'm joined now by Crystal Lee Froze, and you've written a memoir called Journey to Joy, which really tracks your success going from depression and anxiety towards recovery and joy. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it started off on a very rocky road. About 6 years ago, I suffered a breakdown. And the whole idea of writing the book is to show others that there is hope and you're not alone. And I know when I was going through it, I really felt alone, even though I wasn't. And having the book in my hands and being able to say to people, like, this happened and you're going to be okay. There are some rewards in recovery. There's some tough parts of having depression, but there are lots of rewards too. And the nice thing about the book is anybody that I've talked to about it has, I expected reactions to be a little cool. I've heard so many stories, and the most common one is, I've walked in your shoes. I know exactly how you feel. I was just in Chapters a week ago, and I kind of joy bombed somebody and said, this is my book, and I let her have it. She seemed sort of taken aback into that. Oh, I won't do that again. In the morning I got an email and she said, I'm on mental health leave from my job right now, and I read half your book last night. So I just think this book has a higher purpose, and we need to talk about these things, and I'm so thankful that we do that during Mental Health Awareness Week, but we need to do that throughout the year.
Your book is born from something called the Joy Project. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a homemade, made-up thing, and it was a little bit based on Happiness Project. An author did it in the States, and I decided to take on 21 days of joy to start off, just to infuse my life with some of the joy I'd lost during the breakdown. And it morphed into 24 months, which was a lifesaver. And as it went on, I took on things like peace, faith, fitness, love, creativity. And by the end of 24 months, I had more joy than I really expected when I started this little homemade project. And the reason I wanted to write the book is because I think it's so easy for people to do it themselves. Just grab a sticky note and write something you want to do for 21 days, whether it's ride a horse or swim in a lake or spend more time with your kids. It was really the simplest things that brought the most joy.
How hard was it to make that decision to just, try to feel more joyful every day?
At first, it was really painful. And what I did learn by the end, too, is you can't be joyful all the time. And that was sort of an epiphany to me, because I think in our society, we believe that some people are really happy all the time and have it all. We say, oh, they have it all. I don't think anybody is joyful all the time, and it's painful to try that. So I go for a 7 out of 10 these days. And there are going to be bad days. And I'm okay with that now, whereas the old me was not okay with that.
And yeah, how do you feel about that thought that without sadness, you can't really feel joy?
I learned to accept that anxiety is part of our society, and the more attention we give to it, the more it grows. And throughout the book, I kind of identified this second part of myself, like this inner voice that was really critical and always like, oh, you have so much to do. How are you going to make it through the day? Or and I've learned to sort of befriend that inner critic, and that was kind of the turning point in the book and in my journey. And we all have that sort of critical little voice that natters away at us, to kind of say, hey, it's going to be okay. And to even, I sort of turned her into a friend, even for the interview today, it was like, you're going to do great. Whereas the old me, that inner critic would have said, you're going to say the wrong thing, you're going to be uncomfortable, you're going to stumble, what if you forget? We all need to befriend that kindness and be kind to ourselves.
It's very good advice. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat today.
Thanks, Christine. It's awesome.